Hi guys, welcome back to our channel Gynae Goddess. In today's video, we are going to discuss few points regarding placenta previa. So as you all know, ovulation occurs on 14th day of menstrual cycle and fertilization occurs in ample of the fallopian tube. After fertilization, there are various stages of differentiation into 2-cell stage, 4-cell stage, 8-cell stage, morula, early blastocyst and blastocyst implantation. So at around 8 days of gestation, there occurs implantation of blastocyst into the endometrium, intraendometrial implantation. So with the help of trophoblast. So after implantation, there is differentiation into placenta. So here you can see this is the anterior abdominal wall, anterior wall of the uterus, endometrium, amniotic sac with amniotic fluid and fetus, and here you can see the placenta, internal os and external os. Here it is called as posterior placenta and this is anterior placenta. Placenta usually lies in the upper segment of the uterus. It may be fundal, anterior, posterior or lateral part. But the pathology or the problem is when there is low-lying placenta. So when there is low-lying placenta, it obstructs the delivery of the fetus. So actually the placenta should be upwards in the upper segment. When the placenta is in the lower segment, it obstructs the delivery of the fetus and due to the dilatation of the cervix. So when the internal os or cervix opens, there is exposure of the placenta to outside and shearing forces and separation of the placenta from the underlying endometrium, and there is bleeding per vaginum. Okay, and because of that bleeding, there may be maternal shock and fetal distress also, and there may be IUD, intrauterine death also. So as we have discussed regarding the bleeding, what is the manner of the bleeding? So the bleeding in placenta previa is painless and most probably causeless. It is bright red in color and there is no tenderness on uterus. There are many causes of antepartum hemorrhage, that is hemorrhage occurring even before the delivery of the fetus. One of the important causes of antepartum hemorrhage is abruptio placenta as well as placenta previa. But in abruptio placenta, where there is separation of the placenta from the underlying endometrium, there is abdomen pain, back pain, and the bleeding may be concealed or revealed, but the uterus is tender to touch. It mostly occurs because of any uterine trauma or underlying conditions like gestation hypertension that we are going to discuss in separate video. So here the blood is bright red in color, it's painless and no tenderness. But here it is opposite. The bleeding is dark red in color. If it is fresh or concealed bleeding, it may be red in color. But if it is concealed bleeding and it is getting revealed after some time, it is dark red in color, and there will be abdomen pain and tenderness of the uterus, and the uterus is very tonic to touch. Okay, then coming to the risk factors. What are the risk factors of placenta previa? So previous placenta previa, there is 4 to 8% risk, and previous cesarean sections, previous termination of pregnancy, multiparity, advanced maternal age greater than 40 years, multiple pregnancy, smoking, deficient endometrium due to presence or history of uterine scar, endometritis, manual removal of placenta, curettage, submucous fibroid, and assisted conception like IVF. So when there is curettage or manual removal of placenta, the basal part of the endometrium may get exposed and it may even lead to placenta accreta also. So when the patient present with bleeding PV after her vitals are stable, then we have to take the history of all these conditions also. So coming to the types of placenta previa. So usually it is classified as 4 types of placenta previa, where the first one is low-lying placenta. This is the distance between the margin of the placenta and the internal os. So the distance between the internal os and the margin of the placenta should be more than 2 centimeters. If it is less than 2 centimeters, then it is called as low-lying placenta. And marginal placenta previa, where the distance is less than 2 centimeters and the margin of placenta just touches the os, but it doesn't cover the internal os. And the partial placenta previa, where the margin of the placenta, it covers partially, it covers the internal os partially. And complete placenta previa, when it completely covers the os placenta, here you can see that it is completely covering the internal os. Okay, so the bleeding and bleeding is the most important symptom and most important problem which should be taken care of. And here one important sign we are going to discuss is Talworthy sign. It is indicative of placenta previa. So when you catch hold of the head of the fetus and when you try to push it into the pelvis, there is a pressure on the placenta and the blood supply to the fetus is disrupted, and there is changes in the fetal heart rate. So fetal heart rate is disturbed, and when you just remove the hand and relax, then the fetal heart comes back to the normal. So this sign is known as Talworthy sign, and this is indicative of placenta previa. So this is regarding the various types of placenta previa, risk factors, okay, and the symptoms of placenta previa. So regarding the management, that is investigations, diagnosis and treatment, we are going to discuss in our next video. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you like this video. If you liked it, please like, share and subscribe to my channel Gynae Goddess. Thank you.